I thought I was healed when I stopped fearing food. No more restricting, no more purging. On the outside, everything looked perfect, like I'd finally made it out. But inside, something was still unraveling. See, once I let go of the eating disorder, other habits snuck in, quietly dressed up as discipline or ambition. I over-exercised, overachieved, micromanaged every detail, my space, my image, my work. It was all about control. But it wasn't just control I was chasing. I was desperate for approval, for recognition, sometimes even for fame. I wanted to mean something, to be seen and celebrated, not just by those around me, but by the world. For a while, I became known as Australia's Marilyn Monroe. I resonated so deeply with her, the glamour, the longing, the ache to be loved and understood. But I was determined not to end up like Norma Jean, lost behind the mask, swallowed by the need for approval. The world had once made me feel so powerless, so I tried to control myself instead. But it wasn't just about control. I started picking up poor habits from watching others, working hours on end, pushing myself past exhaustion, and sometimes self-medicating just to numb the ache inside. The pain and pressure deep inside me would flare up every time I felt like a failure, especially when my mum would criticize me. Her words would echo in my mind, and suddenly, all the old shame and fear would come rushing back. It took years to see what was really happening, be perfect, never need, never slip. Somewhere along the way, I learned that worth was something you earned, not something you felt. So even after the eating disorder, that voice inside me whispered, "Try harder, fix it faster, you're still not there." And all the while I felt haunted by what I came to call my self-distraction dragon. It wasn't gone yet. It would show up whenever I felt lost or not enough, tempting me to bury my feelings in busyness, perfectionism, or escape. But this dragon wasn't a bad monster inside me. It was a hurt and helpless part of me, desperate for attention, love, and to be heard. It needed nurturing so it could finally grow and transform. What I needed wasn't another strategy or routine. I needed safety. I needed to reconnect with myself. Not just my habits or appearance, but my core. Movement became a new language for me, not the kind that punished, but the kind that healed. Through my air theory, activation, invigoration, rejuvenation, I learned to listen to my body, to move in a way that sparked joy and soothed my nervous system, to remind myself, I am safe, I am worthy, I am whole, even in stillness. Healing isn't just the end of a disorder. It's the presence of peace, of values you choose for yourself, of boundaries that protect you, of love you don't have to chase because you finally come home to you.